In today's video, I'm excited to show you some last-minute gift ideas I'm making this holiday season. You can also customize them with different embeds for any holiday. I found these 10-ounce jars on Amazon, and they're perfect for this project. Plus, they come with labels and warning stickers if you need them. The inside diameter is just under 3 inches, which will help you select the right wick size. Most of my candle making supplies in this video are from Village Crafting Candle. They are a local Canadian company that offers a wide range of products for candle making. I first discovered them on Google when I was starting my business last year. If you're a small business like me or just want to try making some candles at home, like the ones I'll be creating in this video today, I definitely recommend checking them out. I'll leave links to everything I'm using in the description box below and a discount code for my viewers. This is a candle I made in a previous video using Village Crafting Candle Starter Kit with Freedom Soy Wax. It burned beautifully and I wanted to reuse the jar, so I'll remove the remaining wax and use a heat gun to loosen the wick sticker. Then I use some rubbing alcohol to clean out the jars. I'm using 2 types of wax today. I'll be making 2 candles with Freedom Coconut Wax and 2 candles with Freedom Soy Wax. Let's melt the Freedom Coconut Wax first. I'm using my favorite wax melter from ToAuto. Not only is it pink, which I love, but it also has a bottom drain, so you don't need to tilt it to get out the last bit of wax. It's super easy to use and has been really durable, so I highly recommend it if you're in the market for a wax melter. Let's prepare our jars. I'm using an extra large crackling booster wick and a Stabilo 22 wick. I attached a wick sticker and then centered the wick inside the jars. Be sure to do your own testing to make sure the wax, wick, and fragrance oil combination works for your candle vessel. For the Freedom Soy Wax candles, I'm using a Premier large wick in the Terra vessel and an extra large crackling booster wick as well. Melt the wax and add in your fragrance oil. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for the recommended melting and pouring temperatures. Stir for a couple of minutes to make sure everything's blended together. I'll be using a total of 270 grams of wax and fragrance oil combined for each candle. Of that amount, you'll need 170 grams for the base. Here's a chart that outlines the amount of wax and fragrance oil you'll need based on the fragrance load you choose. Now let's make the wax embellishments. I'm using Freedom Soy Pillar Wax, and it's different from the container wax I used earlier because it's specifically made for molds and pillars. This wax is a little harder and holds its shape. I got these wax die chips that I've been using for years from Amazon, but you can also find them through most candle suppliers. I'm using some silicone molds I got from various places to create the embeds. I'm pouring layers of red and white wax into a chocolate mold, which I'll break up to look like crushed candy canes to sprinkle on top of my candle. We're going to heat up this wax to around 190 degrees Fahrenheit. And then you can add in your dye chips and fragrance oil. If your wax cools down, you can heat it up in the microwave for 20 to 30 seconds. And if you're using a stainless steel melting pot, you can place it on an electric hot plate. The layers don't need to be perfect because we'll be chopping it up later. You can also use a pipette. Just wait for your wax to cool to around 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Because it's plastic, it will melt if the wax is too hot. Once you're done using the pipette, make sure you squeeze out the remaining wax so you can reuse it for another project. Then you'll need approximately 100 grams of wax and fragrance oil for the whipped wax portion of the candle. For the whipped wax, I just wait until it cools to about 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Then I use my blender to blend it for a few minutes. From my experience, you don't need to start mixing it until it's fully opaque and nearly solidified. Place the whipped wax into your piping bag and pipe it onto the top of your candle. Make sure there's enough wax around the wick, otherwise the wick may extinguish while burning. You have to work quickly, so I also recommend you select the embeds you want to use in advance. You can apply mica powder to the embellishments either before or after placing them in the candle. These are wax sprinkles I made in a previous video. I'll add them for the birthday candle.